again, as usual. Yes. So anyway, that was a recap of what we had seen so far. So yeah, that was a mirror formula. We understand what is U, V, and F. We also understand that for a concave mirror, focal length is negative. For a convex mirror, focal length is positive. An object distance U, for a default, when the object is kept to the left of the mirror, it is always negative. Whether it is concave mirror or a concave convex mirror, U will always be negative. Now V will depend on the case where the object is kept. If the object is if the image is formed to the left of the mirror, then V will be negative. If it is a virtual image, then it will be positive. So write that note also. Usually, whatever cases we have seen so far, if you have real images, so real images are usually on the left of the mirror. So in that case, V just negative. Image distance is negative. Virtual images, most cases, whenever you have seen virtual images, always behind the mirror, no, on the right side of the mirror. All of you remember that? That is behind the mirror. In that case, V becomes positive. So does that make sense? Anyone has any doubt? Take a minute, look at the figure and tell me if you understand everything. Yes, anyone has any questions? Have you all gone through this?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So this mirror formula, whatever we are saying, if you notice, it only talks about the distance of the object and the image and the focal length, of course. It doesn't talk about how big the object is, the size. That is also something which we have studied about, no? Size of the object. Is it bigger or smaller? So of course, there has to be some formula for that also, right? So that formula, whatever you have, it's called magnification formula. What is it called?
Sir, can you once again repeat what did you say?
Yeah, what we are going to study next is the magnification formula. That will help us understand the magnification or how big something is or how small it is, about the size of the image. Okay, magnification.
Yes, sir.
So any magnification, if you want to see, magnification is basically a ratio of the height of the image with the ratio of height, ratio of the height of the image to the height of the object. That is what magnification M is. So height of the image, you represent it normally by H dash or H prime. Some people like to call it. So whatever you want, you call it. I'll call it as H dash. So h dash is basically the height of the image, how big it is, how many centimeters or meters, whatever it is. Usually it will be in centimeters. And the h, what you see in the denominator, that is the height of the object. So is this magnification formula making sense to you? It is a ratio of height of the image to the height of the object. So we will understand this in more detail, of course. Let's go to that. So magnification is represented by the letter small m usually, and this m is equal to height of image by height of object. So height of image we represent as h dash and this as h. So for example, let's say you have been given that the object is let's say 5 centimeter high and image is 10 centimeter. Okay. Can you tell me what will be the magnification?
Two, sir.
Yes, m will be, so this h, this is your h and this is your h dash, of course, right? Image height is h dash, object height is h. So you can say m is h dash by h, which we can write it as 10 by 5 is equal to 2. Now try to make sense of what this number 2 really means. You see, this 2 means the image is 2 times of the object. You can try to understand this from the formula also. What is this magnification? It's nothing but it's telling you how big or how small your image is. So let me rewrite that magnification formula. What have I written? I have written m is equal to image height by object height. So if I rearrange it, can I not write it like image height is equal to m times of the object height? Do you all understand how I have got this thing? Simple, I've just moved around this thing to the other side. M into object height. That is what is the image height actually. Can all of you understand this? So if your image height is not given, just your M is given, say 2, M is given as 2. And if you know that the object height is 5 centimeter, you will know that the image will be 2 times of 5, that is 10 centimeter.
Sir?
Yes, tell me.
Sir?
Yes,
Sir,
go ahead.
if m is in fraction, then?
Yes, it could be in fraction. We will see that example also. Doesn't have to be in integer always. Let's see that also. So this example is clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
So it's clear only to one person. What about rest of the people? Didn't get their lunch today? Very hungry, feeling very hungry?
Understood, sir.
Okay.
Understood, sir.
Understood, sir.
Okay, fine. Looks like some people remembered that they had their lunch today. Still some people are sleeping. Okay, Hari Narayan, if you're saying something, I'm not able to hear you. You are on unmute, but I'm not able to hear you.
Yes, I understand, sir.
Okay. Fine. So let's take up another example. So this time I'm saying that the object is 6 centimeter tall and the image is only 2 centimeter. So can you find the magnification this time? So is everyone getting 1 by 3?
Smaller.
Are you all getting 1 by 3 as the magnification?
Sir, that can we write it in the decimal form or only in fraction? We should.
No need to convert to decimal. If you have magnification, even in your exams or some questions, whenever you get some magnification as a fraction, leave it as a fraction itself. No need to convert. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because when you write it in terms of fraction, it makes more sense. Like I told you, when magnification was 2, what did it mean? It means that the image is 2 times of the object. When it is 1 by 3, it will mean the same thing. Image is 1 by 3 times of the object, means it is 1/3 of the object. Because it is a fraction, that is why the image will become smaller than the object. Is it making sense? It was 6 centimeter. So that's why the image remained to be only 2 centimeter. It became 1/3 of the object size.
Sir, if they give the length of the object is an infinite, then what to do, sir?
Length of the object to be infinite?
Yes, sir.
That would not happen. You cannot have you cannot try to see the height of or any object which is infinite height. How will you put it on a mirror? Not possible.
Yes, sir.
See, even by the formula of this magnification, if the height of the object becomes infinity, what will happen to magnification? Anything by infinity, what is it? If there is anything by infinity in the denominator, what does it mean? Do you people understand that?
It will be very, very small, sir. 1 by infinity.
Yeah, anything by infinity, even 1 crore by infinity is equal to 1 by infinity. There is no difference in that. 1 by infinity and 1 crore by infinity is same. See, if we have anything divided by infinity, what does it mean? See, if I have 1 by 2, what does it mean? There is one pizza, you are dividing it among 2 people. So both of them are getting half and half. Now, if there is one pizza and there are infinite number of people, what would you get? Nothing. You will get nothing because there are infinite number of people. You will have to divide it into infinite number of parts. So infinite number of parts means you'll have to basically bring it into point size. So no one will get anything. So anything by infinity is always 0. So if you think in terms of maths also, if your object is infinity, magnification will become 0. But you will not get a question like that. Object will never be infinite size. Okay. Fine. So other than that, everything is clear. Do you understand what magnification really means?
Sir?
Yes.
Sir.
Tell me.
Sir, in that sign convention one, where we are calculating the distance, if the distance of the object is infinite, then
Object distance, yes, of course, it can be infinity. Object distance is infinity.
Value of u.
Yes, that kind of question you will get. If the object is very, very far away, means u will become infinity. That's possible. So what will happen? 1 by u plus 1 by v is equal to 1 by f, right? So if u is infinity means 1 by infinity
Yes, sir.
plus 1 by v is equal to 1 by f. And you see,
Sir, then 1 by will be 1 by
Zero.
v will be equal to 1 by f, sir.
yes, 1 by infinity is 0. So 1 by v is equal to 1 by f. What does it mean? It means that v is equal to f. Are you surprised by seeing this result? When the object is kept at
Yes, sir.
when the object is kept at infinity, the image is formed at the focus.
Yes, sir.
Remember the result, all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is what it is. Okay. It can be proved mathematically also. When the object is at infinity, image is formed at the focus because v is equal to the focal length of that mirror. All right. So yeah, I was saying about mirrors. Okay. So you have noticed two things over here. When your m was a fraction or an integer like 2, you saw that it will be 2 times. If m is 3, it will be 3 times of the object. If m is 7, it will be 7 times of the object. So can you understand the significance of the m value? If m is an integer like 2, 3, 4, 5, it means it is a bigger image is bigger than the object. Can you understand that, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes, tell me.
if the height of the object is in decimals,
Mhm. So we will just put the h value in decimal, 1.5 centimeter, no problem.
so,
Height of,
but then while doing magnification, we can turn this into fraction also,
yes,
and then do it.
while doing the calculation, you can convert it to what is it called, fraction. You can write it as 3 by 2 and do the calculations, or you can do calculations using 1.5 also. We will take up questions and then it will make clear. This will make sense to you. Okay. So object height or image height can be in decimals. There is no problem with that. M is equal to h dash by h. They don't have to be integers. H and h dash can be decimals. Now don't tell me that m will become irrational then. Does anyone want to say that? So h dash and h can be decimal, but of course it will be some terminating decimal. No? It will be not it will not be some non-terminating, non-recurring decimal. This is the height of the object for sure. It will be something definite, some terminating decimal. All right, so we are digressing. Let's get back to the topic. What I was saying is, let's understand this magnification in slightly one more layer of it. Let's peel one more layer of this magnification. So I said, if m is integer, that means it is greater than 1. Image is larger than object. For example, if m is equal to 2, means image is twice the object. M is equal to 3 means images twice the object. Is that clear to everyone? If M is an integer, that is which is greater than 1, then this is what happens. Now, other scenario is M is a fraction.
Yeah.
Yes. So when I'm saying, yeah, just a minute, let me complete this one. So when M is greater than 1, this is what basically I want to say, not just integer, it could be 1.5 also and 2.5 also, still it will be greater, okay? So it doesn't have to be integer always. So let me make it as 2.5. If M is 2.5, then image is 2.5 times the object, right? Yes, go ahead, Pragati, you were saying something?
So out of syllabus question.
Okay.
So for 1 we call it as once. For 2 we will call it as twice. For 3 it is thrice. Then for 4 and 5.
Anybody knows? 4 is quadruple or something, is it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 4 is quadruple, 5 is, I don't know. I'm not an English teacher. Anybody knows? Quintuple or something like that. 5 is quintuple or something. You can see in Google. Okay, let's not digress from the topic.
Sir, I have a doubt.
I couldn't hear.
Sir, can M be like negative?
Yes, we will talk about that. That's a very important question. Good question. We will talk about that. I don't want you to confuse right now. That's why I'm going in a process, in a phase-wise manner, because M can be negative, but that negative sign, that is just a sign convention to understand whether the object is upside above the principal axis or below. So even when I'm saying M is equal to -3, you should consider that M is greater than 1 and the image will be greater than the object. Okay. M can be negative also. Still, if M is -3, still it means that image is 3 times of object. But only thing is, in this minus, if it is -3, the image will be inverted. It will be below the principal axis. Minus sign only tells you that it's below the axis. Plus sign means it will be above the axis. Is it clear, Kavya?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's what, remember, when I say that M is greater than 1, consider M is equal to -3 also as greater than 1. Basically, let me write it as mod of M, if you understand what it means. Do you know modulo? This thing? What do you call it? Absolute value of M. Greater than 1. Don't want you to get confused. That's why I was not using all that negative thing. But since you asked, that's why. Okay, we'll get to that anyway. Again, if M is a fraction, if M is smaller than 1, like for example, in this case, what will happen? Image is smaller than object. So what are the possible values of M? M can be equal to 1/2. M can be 1/3. Not just 1/2. It could be anything. M is equal to 3/5 also possible. Anything. So in all these cases, object is I mean to say image is smaller than the object. Image is smaller than the object. And this also can be negative. So even if it is -3/5, it only means that image is inverted. In these cases, image is erect. Erect image, this is inverted image if it is negative. Okay, so I think I'm trying to squeeze in too many things in one day. Let's go a little slow about this. I want you to understand this topic very clearly because this whole thing will be useful for your lenses also. Okay, so I'm not going to add anything else to the topic today. Make sure all of you understand this. Tell me guys, do you understand what's happening here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
So we will take more example questions and then all this will start making more sense. Okay?
Sir, I'm having a doubt, sir.
Yes,
There
sir.
you have written m is greater than 1, no, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So we can take it as let m be 1 only, sir.
Yeah, if m is equal to 1, then what will happen?
Then when the object,
Image will be 1 times the object.
yes, sir. Sir, but if it is nothing, sir. Got it, sir.
1 times means what?
Yes, sir.
It's
Same.
same size. Everyone understands that? Actually, that was a good question. I almost forgot to consider that point. M is equal to 1. So that's good. So if m is equal to 1 means image height is equal to object height. That's what, right? Because we say m is equal to h dash by h. So if m is equal to 1, then h dash will be equal to h. Image height is equal to object height. When will this case happen? When will m be equal to 1? Do you people remember which case for the concave mirror it will happen?
At C, sir.
Yes, very good. When the object is kept at the center of curvature, the image is exactly same height as the object. So that will be the case where m will be equal to 1. For all other cases, m will either be bigger than 1 or smaller than 1. Okay, so today's class also, it's little important. Go through the recording. Make sure you understand whatever I said today. Okay, and do that before tomorrow's class so that we can continue from what we did today. Otherwise, I'll have to repeat all the things tomorrow unnecessarily. Make sure you go through the recording, guys, okay? Because always it will happen like whatever you have understood so far, most of the times, you will not be able to get 100% of what I'm telling you. That is the reason I'm going through all the effort and I'm uploading all the recordings, okay? That is not for, that is just for you so that you can go back to the recording, at least to the parts which are important, some complicated topic which I explained. So make use of that, okay? I can't put music, I can't do editing. Otherwise, I'll have to spend a lot of time on it. And that's why the video may be boring, but go through that, okay? Make use of. You can skip to the part where the important topics are discussed. I know your generation, people always like music in the YouTube video, right? So that's not a YouTube video, that is your class. Go through that. Try to understand what I said today, okay? It's important. All right, anyone has any other questions before we finish today's class? Okay, that's it then. See you guys tomorrow.